What's up, guitar nerds? Are you tired of just strumming the same old chords over and over and like feeling bored because everything starts to sound the same? Totally get that. You know, thinking, man, I wish I had something more interesting to play. Well, today we're going to take those normal open chords and we're going to transform them into something more interesting with straight finger picking. Okay, so I'm going to show you some simple patterns for 4, 5, and 6 string chords to give your playing a fresh sound, and we're going to apply it all to a song called When You Say Nothing at All by Alison Krauss. So let's dive in. Now, first of all, I want you to think of your open chords in 3 different categories. We're going to have 6 string chords that are like your G chord, your E and E minor, right? Those are 6 string chords because we're strumming all 6 strings. And then we have 5 string chords like C, like A major and A minor, right? And then we have your 4 string chords like D and F. Well, your basic open F, right? Not the bar chord F. And here's why you need to think about them by the number of strings that are played in each chord, because we're going to have a very simple finger picking pattern for each type of chord. So let's dive into this. When it comes to finger picking, rather than using a pick, we're just using our fingers. And I'm going to do this with a G chord. Okay, just for today's example. You're going to start with your thumb, and your thumb is going to come out to the side of your hand, and you're going to have a little fist right here. And when you pick your other fingers, you're going to be curling them up into your hand as you pick the strings. Okay, so your thumb's out to the side, and then when your fingers pick, you're tucking them into the palm of your hand. So if I'm going to play a 6 string chord, I'm going to have a simple pattern for this, and it's going to be 1/8 notes. And what I'm going to do is with my thumb, I'm going to pick my 6th string, and then I'm just going to skip down and pick my 4th string. And then with my first finger, I'm going to pick my 3rd string. And with my middle finger, I'm going to pick my 2nd string. Okay? And that pattern is the basis of all this. I'm going to pick 6, 4, 3, 2. And then repeat that. 6, 4, 3, 2. 6, 4, 3, 2. 6, 4, 3, 2. Now, if I apply a rhythm to this, I want this to be 1/8 note. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that will sound like this. I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I have to play that pattern of 6, 4, 3, 2 twice for 1 measure in 4/4 time. So take a minute and do that just with a G chord and just go 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, 4, 3, 2, right? As you do this and get used to it, it's going to be a lot easier. Pause the video, come back if you need to. That's totally fine. But that pattern applies to any 6 string chord. So if I play an E minor chord, the fingering on my picking hand is exactly the same. Or E major, E7, right? It doesn't matter. As long as it's 6 strings, I can play that pattern. It's going to sound good. So let's look at a 5 string chord. We're going to do this with a regular C chord now. Same idea. I'm going to pick the lowest note, which is C in this case, on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And then I'm going to pick the 4th string. And then I'm going to do the 3rd string with my 1st finger and the 2nd string with my 2nd finger. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2. The only difference between a 6 string and a 5 string is which note I'm picking, which string I'm picking for the root. Right? So 5, 4, 3, 2, same rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So anytime you have a C chord, A minor, A major, A7, any 5 string chord, you're going to use the exact same pattern. So if you want to pause for a minute, take a 5 string chord. Now, what about 4 string chords? Well, 4 string chords, like your D chord is what we're going to do this with, are a little bit different because what you're going to do is your thumb is going to pick your 4th string, and then it's going to pick your 3rd string, and then with your 1st finger, you're going to pick your 2nd string, and your 2nd finger is going to pick your 1st string. So we're going 4, 3, 2, 1, as the number of strings that we're picking. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Now you can see where the name straight finger picking comes from, because we're just picking straight down through each chord. Now, a very simple chord progression that you can play to practice this, where you play a 6-string chord, a 5-string chord, and a 4-string chord, is a G, C, D chord progression, but we're going to make it a little easier for you to play. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your 3rd finger, and it's going to get planted on the 3rd fret of your 2nd string. And then you're going to take, for G, you're going to just put your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of your 6th string. We're not going to worry about your 1st finger being on the 2nd fret of your 5th string, because we're not going to play that string, right? We're just doing this, okay? Because we're going to pick 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, 4, 3, 2. So since we're not playing your 5th string, there's no point in making the effort to play that. So you would play that a couple times. You could even play it for 2 measures like this. We'd go 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, 4, 3, 2. Then we're going to change to a C add 9 chord. Now your C add 9 chord, your 3rd finger is going to stay in the same place. We're going to move your 2nd finger over to the 3rd fret on your 5th string, and then we'll put your 1st finger down on the 2nd fret of your 4th string. And you're going to pick 5, 4, 3, 2, just like this. 5, 4, 3, 2. And then we're going to switch to a D sus2 chord, D suspended 2nd chord. And that means your 3rd finger is going to stay put. You're just going to move your 1st finger over to the 2nd fret on your 3rd string, and you're going to play your 4th string open, and you're going to play your 1st string open. So we're playing 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and that will sound like this. That's nice and easy, right? And then we put that together and we have your G chord. Then C add 9. And then D sus2. Back to C add 9. And then we can just repeat this. So you can do that with any chord progression. So I recommend finding some other chord progressions or writing some down yourself. Just take some open chords and be like, okay, let's try these chords together. As long as you're playing the right pattern for a 4-string, a 5-string, or a 6-string chord, depending on what chord you're playing, you can make it sound pretty darn good. Now, does this get used in actual songs? Yes. Today, the song that I'm going to show you really quick, it's just the main part 2, When You Say Nothing at All by Alison Krauss. Okay, this is a great classic country bluegrass song, right? This is awesome. When I DJ'd dances, I used to save this for the last song, right? Because what's the song that says the best DJ saved the slowest song for last? Is that Jimmy Eat World that says that? So to do that, you're going to start with that D sus2 chord that we just did, and you're going to pick down through that. And then you're going to go to an A chord, but you're going to keep your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of your 2nd string. So you get this. And then we're going to go to that G chord that we played earlier with just your 2nd finger on your 6th string. 3rd finger still in the same place. And then we go back to that A chord. And then the little lick that you got to add to it is a hammer-on your 2nd string from 2 to 3. So when I do my A chord, I bar my 1st finger across all 3 strings. If you can't do that, you could do 2 fingers. So you got your 1st finger barring your 3rd and 4th strings and putting your 2nd finger on the 2nd string. And then you hammer on with your 3rd finger. But whatever you got to do for that. And then if we put those 3 chords together, we're going to play D, we're going to play A, we're going to play G, we're going to go back to A, and then it just repeats. And this is the main part of the song. And we're only going to play the finger picking pattern 1 time for each chord. So we're playing each chord for half a measure. So we're going to play D first, then your A chord, then G, then back to A, if you can't do the lick, just hit that second string or throw that in. And then we go back to D. So there you go. That is straight finger picking. That's going to give you a really cool, interesting sound that you can start playing with no new chords. You just take the open chords that you already know and you can create something really cool sounding, and you can play some awesome songs with it. Now, if you thought that was fun, I've got a lot more where this came from. Right now, I'm doing a Black Friday special on my coaching programs for private coaching and group coaching. And so if you're interested in working directly with me to make 10 times more progress with your guitar playing, and you're tired of just being stuck and feeling like you're doing the same thing over and over, and you're just sifting through everything here on YouTube and still not making any progress, I can help you get unstuck so that you actually feel proud of what you hear when you play guitar and you feel confident about your playing. If that sounds interesting to you, go to simpleguitar.com/apply and you can apply to join one of my coaching programs and get in on the Black Friday sale. At the time that I'm recording this, it's Black Friday 2025 that we are doing this. So go to simpleguitar.com/apply, and then I will see you in the next lesson.